Hey, Cousin Jack with another episode of WoodCarving Weekly. And this week, we're going to talk about an ancient and amazing way to finish off your wood carving projects or any other wood surfaces. We have new videos from Doug Linker, Gene Messer, Van Kelly, Ddalo, and me. Lots and lots of stuff coming at you today. And just a reminder, folks, I'll have links to all of the resources that I mentioned in the description right below the video, and then also in the comment section a little bit further on the page down below the video. Let's get started. Well, let's start today by talking about an ancient form of wood finishing that requires no tool, no experience, no skill, and it's completely free. So, what is it? Burnishing. So here is an old carving of mine from 1988. Back then I was living in a wilderness camp and carving pieces of cedar like this one that we found on the ground. So this one is kind of a stylized Easter bunny, and you can see the finish on here. It was all burnished. I didn't apply any other finish to this piece of wood. And burnishing goes back to the ancient Egyptians and the ancient Romans. They were skilled at burnishing, and you can use just about anything that's harder than the wood that you're burnishing. So for example, you can use a stone, a piece of steel, glass, or a piece of antler or bone. And it's quick. It works effectively and very fast. Let's take a closer look, and I'll do a little demo for you. So here's a closer look at this little stylized Easter bunny that I carved way back in 1988. And I'll tell you something, the finish looks as good now as it did 36 years ago. So what is that magic finish? Let's talk about that. It starts with stones, rocks. What we're talking about is burnishing. Burnishing is a fantastic way to finish off your wood. It requires no special tools, no skill, no experience. Anyone can do it. All you need is a stone or a piece of steel or even glass. Let me show you a quick demo. This is a cooking spoon, and on this spoon I've done a little burnishing over here on this side. Haven't touched that side over there. But you can see just how fast and efficient burnishing can be. It helps you to seal up the wood. This will extend the length of this cooking spoon and bring out the grain. There we go. We're getting there. Now, let's take a look at this side. You can see how quickly you can do this burnishing. And of course, if you want to burnish before applying some other type of finish, yeah, that works out very well too. If you were going to oil the wood, I would recommend oiling first and then burnishing. This really feels nice and smooth here where I've burnished it. You can see what it does with the grain, and it helps to make a nice, smooth, shiny surface. It also is a good way to smooth out any sharp edges. Oh, anyway, you can see just how quickly burnishing could work for you. Now, I've also seen tips recently about burnishing the eyes on a carving to make it nice and smooth and shiny like an eyeball would be. What about you? Do you have any tips about burnishing? Have you ever tried it? If not, go find yourself something, a piece of steel or a stone, and try it out. I think you'll like it. Well, up next we'll talk about a new video from Doug Linker, but just a second here, I want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribing to the channel. We're over 1,500 subscribers now, and the channel is growing. Thank you very much. So Doug Linker has a new video where he's camping and carving. Doug is up around Lake Huron in Canada, and he's bought himself a little trailer camper that he has customized. During this video, he takes you on a tour of the inside and shows you some of his customizations that he did. He's also hanging out by the campfire, and then he's doing some hiking and biking too. While over at the lake shore, he grabs a piece of driftwood, it turns out to be cedar, and he carves a pretty nice looking wood spirit into that piece of cedar. Altogether, I would say this is more of a camping video, and he shows you his carving, but there's not a lot of the actual carving process. Doug mentions during this video that he's still getting used to talking to the camera again. He said it's been a while. He's getting back into the swing of things. Well, I encourage you to take a look, see what his new camper is all about, and I think you'll have fun. Enjoy. Well, just yesterday I posted a new tutorial, and it's a whittling tutorial. Carving a little wizard. You know, years ago I did a wizard tutorial and it was very popular, and I thought, how can we do that again and do it better? So this design puts the wizard in a little cloak, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It is a beginner-friendly project, and it comes from a block of basswood that's 1 by 1 and 2 1/4 inches tall. I'll take you through the process, and I do talk about the things that I'm doing while I'm doing them. I used my flex cut detail knife for the majority of the carving. And, by the way, I have 83 videos on my Cousin Jack Carves YouTube channel, including many other wood carving tutorials that are beginner friendly. Go and take a look. Well, Gene Messer is a master of flat plane carving, and he has a new video to share. In this video that was recorded on the 4th of July, Gene is sitting in his garage. He's whittling and talking, sort of reminiscing about how things used to be in days gone by. Gene talks about how things were when he was a kid and at various stages throughout his life, and how many things have changed in today's technology-driven world. In this video, you'll see Gene carving a little figure, like I said, flat plane, and something new. Gene is trying out a new way of carving hats for his little figures, and he shows you that during this carving demonstration. So go on over to Gene Messer's YouTube channel and take a look. Well, I want to give a shout out to ID 2653. That's the YouTube handle of the person that told me about Vlad Carving's YouTube channel. Vlad, turns out, has just returned from 2 years fighting in the Ukrainian war. And he's carving again. Vlad has a few videos, probably less than 20, on his YouTube channel, and they are amazing. He's an amazing chainsaw carver with a lot of talent. And in his new video, he's carving a skeleton, wearing a sombrero, playing guitar. He starts by showing you his conceptual drawing, and then he takes it from there. He uses a chainsaw to rough out the shape, and then he grabs a lot of hand tools and does some mallet work with gouges, chisels, and V-tools to carve in the details. This is a pretty large log, not sure what the species is, but the spalted wood looks really nice. And the video is nice as well. There's no talking during the video, but Vlad has some nice music playing in the background. Altogether, it's worth a look. I encourage you to go over to Vlad Carvings and support his channel. We have a new video this week from Ddalo. This is another tutorial, and he's showing you how to carve a little figure of a meerkat from a piece of gelutong. And this is a rather small carving. As usual, he takes you through the process of getting the pattern onto the wood, shows you all the measurements and how to make the pencil lines to get that pattern. The first 9.5 minutes of the video show you how to do that, and the video is about an hour long altogether. He's using all hand tools as usual, and there's no talking, but some music playing in the background. So if you're interested in carving animals, and in particular carving a meerkat, this might be the one for you. Go and take a look. There's also a new video this week from Van Kelly. Van is showing you how to carve a strand of long hair with a curl at the bottom of the hair strand. This is a demonstration video that's about 15 minutes long, and Van uses a variety of gouges and his carving knife. and a piece of basswood to demonstrate how you can carve this hair. As usual, Van adds commentary throughout the process, and the video is top-notch. This is a great way to learn how to carve hair, and learning new techniques is always enjoyable. So if you're interested in carving a strand of hair and putting a curl at the bottom, this is probably a really good resource that should be very helpful for you. Enjoy. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here this week. Please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate that. It helps other carvers discover the channel. And that's always a good thing when you're trying to grow a channel. Again, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.